Okay, speaking in general information, I stayed at an orchard as my parents like that sort of stuff. What does that sort of stuff mean? It means they like the outdoors, they like to visit such places, they like eating fresh fruit and fresh produce. So, which did you enjoy more, BL or BT? So, I equally enjoyed both, I enjoyed them both. Do you like fresh produce or canned goods? I like fresh produce, even though it takes 2 weeks to get you on a refrigerated ship before getting loaded onto a truck and finding its way to the supermarket. That's quite a long sentence, but you can speak it out if you practice. So do you want the tomato sliced or diced? Diced, please. A barcode is called that as it consists of several vertical bars. Why is it called a barcode? Because it consists of several vertical bars. It's made up of, it's constituted of whatever. Did you do anything fun? Did you do anything exciting? Did you do anything memorable? All same stuff, all same meaning. One is better than the former is better than the latter. I don't know. Okay, when you say I don't know, it's not very good. It could seem you're uninterested. It could seem you have an attitude problem, especially with working in a group in a project. You're part of a team. So they did not tell me. No one told me. Again, that is also not very good. So I'm not aware of it, and I wasn't informed. I wasn't notified. Okay, was it a pleasant drive? Not that pleasant. Why not? The road was potholed in a few places, but at least it was water congestion. So did you encounter traffic? Not a lot, as we went a fortnight before the holidays and returned the day before. Fortnight, 2 weeks, so 14 days. So all the traffic was going the other way. Right, so it seems that finally your mother isn't worried about corona any longer. Now you have to watch these three dots. The sentence hasn't really finished, but I've left it for you to confirm whatever I think or whatever it seems to me, So it seems that finally your mother isn't worried about corona any longer. There isn't a finality when you speak. There isn't a finality or a pause or a stop. I'm waiting for your confirmation. Yes, her fears have subsided. Okay, quickly moving on. I went by road a week before the official holidays and returned last Saturday. It was a memorable trip as usual, and I look forward to baking many more printed cakes next year. So printed cakes is a type of cake, you bake those cakes. This is another long sentence, or well, two long sentences, not very long but quite long. Can you speak it out? Yes, you can. Usually you won't speak like that, but if you attend a test or something, that's an official way of speaking, official speech, that's quite good. Okay, all the days of the week are derived from or named after a particular planet or heavenly body. What's a heavenly body? Anything that is in the sky or in the heavens, that is in outer space, that isn't a planet. Like, for example, the moon. The moon is a satellite. You can also call it a heavenly body. You can't call it a planet because technically it's not a planet. So moon is Monday. Tuesday is named after Mars. Wednesday, Mercury. Thursday, Jupiter. Friday, Venus. Saturday, Saturn. And Sunday, Sun, Domingo. And be a birthday, the day when you were born. So birth plus day, we get one word, birthday. So do not use any of these with in. You can't be in a day. Nothing can be in a day. It has to fall on a particular day. I went there on Wednesday. I was born on Monday, whatever. So you can interchange the word translates with means, but not every time, because sometimes, even though it translates to something from some other language into English, it doesn't really mean the same thing. It could mean something very different. In fact, sometimes it can mean quite a different thing. So you have to, when you're translating from any language into English, you have to use the correct term. Does it translate to that or does it mean that? Right, so let's go on to sentence construction. And another thing, do not skip the syllables when you're speaking. Right, let's go on to sentence construction. We'll do part one of part B, some general sentences. Okay, I told my friend to slice the tomatoes, but then instead of slicing the tomatoes, he diced the tomatoes. Okay, it's a good sentence, but it's unnecessarily it's longer. It's too many tomatoes. You can speak like that. You can write this sentence only in very specific uh, circumstances when you really want to emphasize on something. I told my friend to slice the tomatoes, but he diced the tomatoes. Still needs a bit improving. So I told my friend to slice the tomatoes, but he diced them instead. Now that's a good sentence. Similarly, instead of slicing the tomatoes, my friend diced them. All right, that's also good. My friend diced the tomatoes even though I told him to slice them. That's also good. So try to speak nice short sentences. Don't make them too long, otherwise the meaning gets lost. The road, number 2, this road is potholed. This road is potholed in several places. This road is badly potholed at several spots. All good. The potholes on this road are as large as craters. That means it's got some really, really large and deep potholes. What is the most memorable thing that you have ever done or that you have done? What is the most memorable moments of your life? What is the most memorable thing you have ever engaged in? Number 3 is quite a formal, quite an official sentence. It can be used in formal conversations or formal letters. All of them are good. Number 4, I have void of cookies. That's not correct. Void, I have void. Void is a noun. At least in this sentence. I don't have any cookies. That's much better. I have a lack of cookies. I don't have enough, or I just have a few. Not as many as I want or as many as I would like to have. Number 5. There was always a congestion of traffic on that street. There is always a congestion of traffic on that street. Both of them are incorrect grammatically. Congestion, not a countable noun. You cannot count 1 congestion, 2 congestion, 3 congestions. Or you can't do that. So you can't put congestion because you just can't count congestion. So instead of saying that, you say this: that street is always congested. So now instead of using congestion, we've used congested. So use as an adjective that this street is void of congestion. That street is never void of congestion. That means there's a lot of traffic, it's always congested. So now void of what? Now they are being used as nouns in both sentences, whereas in this one it's an adjective. It's void of what? Void of congestion. Never void of congestion. Right. Number 6. She prides herself on her appearance. Not she prides in on her appearance. You can't really pride in on your appearance. Number 7. All bug is an insect, but not all insects are bugs. All bug can't be all bug because bug is one, it's singular. Every bug is an insect, but not all insects are bugs. Similarly, number 8, have you got another brothers or sisters? Another means one more. It's not possible to fit in one more brothers. So what are you trying to say? Number 8 is, have you got one more brothers or sisters? That's just meaningless. Have you got any brothers or sisters? Number 9, can you tell me where you have been? Asked he, asked him, asked his. Very silly mistakes. Can you tell me where you have been or where you've been? He asked, not asked he. In spite of is despite. So in spite of and despite are exactly the same. In spite of that, despite of that. Sorry, despite that, not despite of that. And in spite of the weather, he still went out. Despite the weather, he still went out. So when you're speaking or when you're making sentences, when you're writing, make sure you do not say despite of. In spite of, despite. Alright, part 2. Rewriting the sentences without changing the meaning or while keeping the same meaning, whatever. I went there to soak up the sun and get a little warmth inside me, as though my city weren't hot enough. I went there to soak up the sun and get a little warmth inside me. You can remove mine, you can put the, I don't know, leave it now. As if, so as though and as if, both are the same. Both convey the same meaning. Number two, John is too young to understand the question. So John is not old enough to understand this question, right? So it's okay, but do not insert a determiner as the original sentence does not contain a determiner. John is too young to understand the question, not this question. So John is not old enough to understand the question. The box was so heavy that my son could not carry it. Number three, it was impossible for my son to carry the box. Okay. It was such a heavy box. Why was it impossible for your son to carry that box? Because it was so heavy. So it was such a heavy box that my son could not carry it. Number four, let's go out. Mary said. Mary suggested what? Mary suggested going out for dinner. Mary suggested that we go out for dinner is also correct, but there is no us. She did not tell us. It's impossible to know from the original sentence. Hence, Mary suggesting going out for dinner. Mary suggested what? Suggested going out for dinner. Number five. Someone has stolen the picture. The picture has been stolen by someone, not have been. The picture is it. It has been. It can't be it have been. It has been stolen by someone. Number three, part three of part B, causative structures. Right, so this is the part where you have to focus a bit. When is the dentist checking Bill's teeth? When is Bill get the dentist checked? No, that's not correct. Bill does not need to get the dentist checked by anyone. Furthermore, it's grammatically incorrect. When is Bill getting his teeth checked? Good. When is Bill having his teeth checked or getting his teeth checked by the dentist? That's full information. This has all the information as the original sentence. Number two, someone called out my name in the mall yesterday. I have my name called out in the mall yesterday. Why has the tense changed? Someone called out my name, not I have my name called out. If you say I have my name called out in the mall and you can't add suddenly, you can't add yesterday. I had my name called out by someone. I had my name called out by someone yesterday. Alright, when and where? I had my name called out by someone in the mall yesterday. Did you have to pay extra for the air conditioning? Were you have the air conditioning paid extra? No, that doesn't make any sense. Were you made to pay extra for the air conditioning? Were you forced to pay extra for the air conditioning? Did they get you to pay extra for the air conditioning? But since there is no they, we will just leave it at this sentence. Were you made to pay extra? So if you're having a conversation, you tell someone, did you have to pay extra? They ask you for what? For the AC, or for the air conditioning, or for the air conditioner, whatever. Were you made to pay extra for what? For the AC. So did you have to pay? Were you made to pay? Did you have to pay? Were you made to pay extra? Number four, I tried everything, but it still didn't work. I couldn't get it to work, although I couldn't get it to work, although I tried everything. There's an error in this thing. I couldn't get it to work. Not I couldn't get it work. I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't get it to work no matter what I tried. I couldn't make it work. I couldn't make it work no matter what I tried. Similarly, I couldn't get it. I couldn't get what? I couldn't get it to work. That's incorrect. So do you mean you couldn't get it to work? So remember, make it work. Not make it to work. Make it to work is incorrect. Make it to do something, to do work, correct, but it's too long and it confuses the listener or the reader. Hence, get it to work, get it to do something. So let's do that. Look at it once more. I couldn't get it to work. I couldn't make it work. Number five, was his leg broken in the accident? Did he get his leg break? No. Break is being used as a verb. You can't do that. You can't have. That's not a structure. That's not of an tense. Did he break his leg in the accident? Did he get his leg broken in the accident? So did he break his leg in the accident? Is okay. It's correct, but it's not causative. It does not correspond with the original sentence. Says it was leg broken. So did he get his leg broken in the accident? So did he break his leg in the accident? Of course, normally he wouldn't break his leg himself. However, even though this sentence is correct, it's not causative and it can confuse or convey the wrong meaning. Number 6. Can you give me your lecture notes so that I can photocopy them? Can I have your lecture notes to photocopy them? Can I have your get your lecture notes to have them photocopied? So can I have your lecture notes to photocopy them? It's not causative. I must get some prints of these photos. I must get these photos to have some prints. You can't get the photos to have prints. Doesn't have any meaning. Photos can't do anything. You have to do something. I must get these photos printed. Number 8, she smiled because of what I said. What I said makes she smile. Absolutely incorrect. What I said makes she smile. No. What I said made her smile. She smiled because of what I said. Hence, what I said made her smile. And number 9 is the longest. It is recommended that you take your motorcycle to a garage for an oil change every 10,000 kilometers. Okay, what is the recommendation? Taking your motorcycle to a garage. When? Every 10,000 kilometers. Alright, sir. It is recommended that you should take your motorcycle for an oil change every 10,000 kilometers at a garage. It's almost correct, but it's not causative. What's the problem? The problem is you can't take it at a garage. You have to take it to a garage. So at a garage is not correct. To a garage, because you should take it or your motorcycle where? To a garage, not at a garage. You can't take it at a garage. You have to take it to. It's recommended to get your motorcycle oil changed. Now it's causative, but there's a lot of information missing. So it's recommended to get your oil changed. Okay, but where and when? That's missing. And it's recommended to get a motorcycle oil changed at a garage. Okay, it is recommended to get your motorcycle oil changed at a garage every 10,000 kilometers. Okay, it's not properly arranged. It is recommended to get a motorcycle oil changed every 10,000 kilometers at a garage. Now that's much better. Let's do vocabulary very quickly. Subsided. Well, subsided is the past of subside, so reduced considerably, almost gone away, nearly gone away, gone back to the normal or the original levels. Homesick is when you miss home, when you're far away from your home and your family and your friends, you're missing home. Seasick, when you vomit or when you feel sick on a ship because the sea is rough or due to the motion of the boat or the ship. Sea legs is when you get used to working or living on a boat or a ship. Being able to walk on a ship or a boat without getting seasick. Lovesick is when you can't think clearly or when someone can't think clearly because they are in love with someone else, especially a person who isn't in love with you or with them, whatever, wherever you apply it. Euthanasia is known as mercy killing, the practice of legally killing someone who is in too much pain and cannot make a recovery or cannot be cured. Void. What is a void? It's an empty space, an empty feeling without anything inside. So these are all the meanings of void. Congestion, crowded and full of traffic. Blocked, nearly blocked. Potholed. Okay, potholed is not unofficial. Some dictionaries do recognize potholes, so I should delete that. Full of potholes. Is pothole memorable, worth remembering, or easy to remember? Is memorable. White lie. What is a white lie? A lie that we say to not hurt the other person's feelings. That is a white lie. All right, phrasal vocabulary. Turn down, refuse or reject. She turned down my offer. She turned down his proposal. She turned him down. That is, she rejected him. Take off, fly, leave in a hurry. Become successful very quickly. The plane has taken off. That means it's already flying. The show has taken off. The show has become very successful. It's a great hit on TV or whatever. He took off when he heard that the police were looking for him. That means he left in a hurry. He fled. Take off. Remove something from your body or remove something from somewhere. Take off your coat. Take off your jacket. The show was taken off the air because many people complain about it. The TV show was taken off the air. They did not air it any longer. They weren't airing it any longer. Take down, remove, or write down notes. The notice was taken down. The website was taken down due to too many hijacking attempts. Take this down. That means write it. Write it down in your book. Put down. Kill an animal for mercy. Deposit, keep something down. The mad dog was put down by the vet. The vet advised the owner to put the horse down. We put down a deposit for the car. Jack put the mug down. Cut down, cut. Something will reduce. John is trying to cut down on sugar. Jessica has cut down on her meat intake. The tree was cut down. Cut off. Severe ties or connections. Interrupt someone. The lockdown cut off everything. The bridge collapsed and cut off supplies to the island. Jason always cuts people off before they can finish saying what they want to. Okay, what they want to say. Or before they can finish speaking. So, it's a bad habit. Cut out. Remove someone from a deal or a group. Stop a motor or an engine. Cut something from a bigger piece. Albert cut down the advertisement. Cut out the advertisement from the magazine. Mary's friends cut her out of the deal. He told me to cut out the motor. That means he told me to stop the motor. Cut it out. Put off. Delay or cancel. Why put off till tomorrow what you can accomplish today? So that's a famous proverb or a famous saying. The flight was put off due to hail. So, due to hailstorm. Pronunciation. Number 1, relative. Number 2, relatives. Don't make the mistake. Relatives. Memory. Memorable. Subsided. Century. Structure. Infectious. Question, not question. Question. Right. Parts of speech. Accomplishment. Accomplish. Accomplished. Euthanasia. Euthanize. Nouns and the verbs. Alright. Grammar. Prepositions. There is a good movie on TV tonight. On TV tonight. There is a good movie on the TV tonight. Even though it is correct, it can create confusion. Number 1 is the better option. There is a good movie on TV. Even though you can say on the TV, do not do it in a test. Alright, what's on telly tonight? Telly means TV. Is there anything good on the telly tonight? If there's nothing good on the telly tonight, we shall go to the pub. If there's nothing good on the telly. So, refers to telly, the telly. Okay. If the meaning is not clear, even though the sentence might be grammatically correct, it negates the sentence's quality. Alright, I am at the bar. Refers to the bar, the place. I am in the bar. I met him in Paris. Not on Paris, not at Paris. At Paris, it doesn't make any sense. Even though it's grammatically correct, it's just not physically possible. That's full. Hence, that's the reason it is incorrect. I met him at the mall. I met him in the mall. That is also correct. I met him in the mall on the second floor in front of some barbecue. Right, that is also correct. He was crying at the back of the classroom. That is correct. He was crying in the back of the classroom. Okay, it doesn't have any meaning. The classroom is a classroom. It's a class. It's a room. It's not divided, so you can't be in the back of the room. You have to be at the back. John is named by his parents. Why is named? Just once. He was named once. He isn't named every day or every week. Harris was named after his uncle. That is correct. Harris eats lunch after 2 p.m. Right. Okay, part H. Eliminating errors. We used to go swimming when we live in the village. We used to go swimming when we lived in the village. So that is correct. That's not incorrect, that is correct. So the first one was incorrect. When we live, not when we live. We used to when we lived, not when we lived. Number 2, according to the weather forecaster, it will snow tonight. It's not really incorrect, but you had a better option. You had weather forecast. You should have picked weather forecast, not weather forecaster. Even though it might be a word, it's not used, and you wouldn't, or you don't generally speak like that according to the weather forecaster. Why the weather forecaster? According to the weather forecast, he made an interesting speech in the opening competition. Which competition? Debate. Then it's okay, but you have better options. He made an opening speech. He made an interesting speech in the opening ceremony, or during the opening ceremony. She baked a cake in her mother's birthday. You can't go in a birthday. It has to be on or for. Did the readers like his stories very much? Yes, the readers like. That's another grammatical error. Not like, liked stories very much. So eliminate these errors. And that's all for this video. Thank you.